Yo, what's up SEO hustlers? Welcome back to our channel where we help you to make money online from SEO. In this video I will show you the top 25 best SEO Chrome extensions that you can use for free to not only work way faster but also smarter. So without any further ado, let's dive right in. So starting with keyword research extensions, the first one you absolutely need to install is the Keywords Everywhere plugin. So as you can see from my screen, I did a search for Nike Air Force One, and what this extension does is it shows you the trend over time for this particular keyword, which can be super useful when looking at seasonality or whether it's trending at all. And you can set different time zones to check out how it's developing over time. But moreover, what you can also see is trending keywords, related keywords. People also search for keywords which you can immediately copy or export to any Excel file or CSV file for your keyword research. You can even copy and paste them like this, so you can work super fast and get all those keywords in. However, there's also another section which is called the long tail keywords, and this is something you don't see anywhere in Google if you browse it regularly, because you can obviously use like keyword scrapes like this. But this section is actually pulling these keywords from another source, which is super useful, and it shows you all the long tail keywords. So as you can see, Valentine's Day is coming up, but also women's, white, juniors, black shoes, etc. So this is super useful when doing keyword research. You can just browse through the SERPs and get all those keywords in by copying or making exports. Moreover, it also shows you some insights on YouTube, for example, like the top channel, the maximum views, the average views for these videos, and whether they use the keywords in their title or not, and also some global trend data to see if this keyword is peaking for video, which allows you to consider taking videos into account into your content strategy. Also, if you click on a particular video, you can also see all the tags that are being used here, which is really useful when doing like competitor research or when you quickly need some tags for some related videos. So all in all, install Keywords Everywhere right now. Another keyword research plugin is the Keyword Server. And as you can see from this screen, it already shows you the search volume for the query that you put in here and the average CPC. On the right hand side, you can also see related keyword and keyword ideas that you can instantly use for your own keyword research. And it shows also the percentage of similarity between those keywords, which is super useful. But you also see the search volumes. So that saves up a lot of time by using other tools. So that's super useful, and you can set it to any country that you want and copy it to your clipboard. But what this tool also does is showing some correlation charts. And whether these charts are accurate or not, it can be useful to see, for example, how many words on average each page consists of, because you might need those amount of words as well in your own content strategy. You can see the traffic for all the domains and whether the keywords are being used in those pages. And you can also see it here on the left hand side, so that's super useful when doing some competitor research as well as exporting these suggestions. Another keyword research plugin is the Night Watch Search Simulator. And let's say you want to investigate how a certain keyword is ranking in a different country. So what you do is you click on this icon and it takes you to this field where you can use, for example, Air Force One. And let's say we want to look it up in the United States, because I'm in the Netherlands right now, but how does the SERP look like in the United States? And if you click on Perform Search, what you will see is what it looks like in the United States. So that's super useful when doing international SEO and you want to quickly check some rankings or whether some pages are showing up. A very simple tool, and you can even find your own URL by putting it in here, or for your client if you are working as a consultant. Alright, over to on-page Chrome extensions. One that I really like is Text Optimizer. So let's say you are optimizing a text for a certain page. You can just click on the plugin and it shows you kind of related keywords which are also semantic to your page, and it shows you the words that you can still use in your text and which words you already use by marking them gray like you see here. But you can also load just any text that you're writing from scratch, and it will show you some suggestions based on specific keywords you want to rank for. So really useful in the browser content editing to really get the most out of your content. Alright, over to technical SEO Chrome plugins. The first one that I really like is the redirect path. So let's say you quickly want to investigate what redirects are happening, or if, for example, this site is also working without www. Just hit enter for any URL or look in the bar, and it already shows you whether it's redirecting or not. And if you click on it, you can even see the redirect path and what's happening. So here we can see that it's redirecting from the non-www to the www version. So this allows you to quickly analyze what's happening with certain redirects and whether they're set up properly or not. And you can also copy and paste this to your clipboard to send to developers or to fix yourself. Another really useful technical SEO Chrome plugin is the quick JavaScript switcher, because what it does is when you click on it, it will reload the page but without any JavaScript. So you can quickly see how this page has changed without the JavaScript on. And it makes me wonder whether certain elements are properly implemented or whether Google is able to crawl them properly. So for example, this title right here, that's a really important factor with regards to SEO, but what you can see is when I turn it off, the title completely or the heading completely disappears. So this is something you can quickly turn off and on when you are auditing a website with JavaScript to find any significant changes in the layout or for the important on-page elements. Another super useful Chrome extension is the view rendered source, which builds upon the quick JavaScript switcher because it allows you to see the differences between the raw HTML and the rendered HTML. So here you can see in green what's been added, maybe in red what's been removed, and you can find whether that H1 that we were just talking about is being added after the JavaScript is being rendered. So it really allows you to quickly and easily identify the gaps. You can also copy and paste all the output right here. Another super useful SEO Chrome extension that you probably might already have is Google's Lighthouse. So if you right click a web page and you go to inspect and you move to the Lighthouse tab, what you can do here is you can do all kinds of audits with regards to performance or SEO, accessibility, etc. And you can even choose a device for which you want to optimize. So let's say we want to check this page for performance on mobile, and it will generate a full report on all the stats, all the performance stats for this page. So this also allows you to do this on testing environments, because you can always copy paste those URLs in PageSpeed Insights or other tools from Google, but this allows you to do it on the go within the browser, and you can already see the scores popping up right now, and how I can optimize this page. So for example, a lot of JavaScript is being used here, images are not properly sized, etc, etc. So it's super useful to do it in the Chrome browser itself. Another SEO extension that you absolutely must install is the Quick Click Website Audit, because what it allows you to do is, as you can see from this screen, within one click you can set up certain tests, you can audit certain elements. So let's say I want this in Google Speed, I want this page in, for example, GT metrics, and maybe I even want to check some structured data. So all in all, you can do this within one click from the page that you're on, so no more copy and pasting needed. This is super useful for doing quick audits, and it allows you to check a lot of things. So with regards to technical performance, whois lookups, social media, or your favorite tools that you already use, and it will copy paste that URL in immediately to save you a lot of time. Another useful plugin is the User Agent Switcher, which allows you to check your web page in for certain user agents. and in certain browsers. So the default is Chrome, obviously, but let's say I want to see whether this page would work in Safari. So I can switch to that user agent, and as you can see, the page reloads and it looks all good to me. It's still working. I can see the images and headings, etc., etc. But this allows you to quickly identify whether this is suitable on, for example, some older browsers as well, which might still being used by a lot of people. So you want to make sure it is properly working in all of the most popular browsers. Alright, now let's say I would like to see whether the structured data on this page is properly implemented. So you can do that with the structured data testing tool extension. So when you click on it, it will look for any structured data on this page immediately. So that's really useful because it saves you a lot of time when going to the structured data or rich result testing tool. And you can also copy all of the findings immediately to your clipboard. And as you can see, I already found one type of structured data being implemented here, which is product, which I can click on and I can see whether there are any errors or warnings that I should be aware of. And when I click on this drop down, I can see all the fields and I can also see what is missing or what is required to make this structured data work properly. So super useful, quick plugin that you can use to check any structured data on any page and see whether it's implemented correctly or not. Another big time saver is the hreflang checker. So let's say you're doing multinational SEO or international SEO. You can check with this tool whether they are in place or not. And as you can see, maybe I need to reload the page. Oh, they're not in place. So Nike is not using hreflang tags properly on a page, or the plugin is not able to detect them. So let's do actually another website just to make sure the extension is working properly. Yeah, as you can see here, it shows you all the hreflang tags that are being used with regards to the country and the language that it's set to. And whether they refer back to this page. So that's super useful. You can quickly identify if any of the languages are missing or any of the settings that you would like to implement to have your international SEO strategy working properly. Okay, then on to crawling and scraping. So let's say you quickly want to scrape one of the Google results. You can do that with the Scrape SEO plugin, which is super powerful. So what it does is, let's say I want all of these URLs. I can simply right click and say scrape similar, and I can already see all the results that are similar to what I just wanted to scrape, and I can copy to my clipboard and export it to any Excel. Or I want maybe some other piece, so that would be the URL. Basically anything you see is something you can scrape. So even within Google Maps, let's say I quickly want all of these all of the companies that are ranking for this keyword. I can say scrape similar, and I have the full list at my disposal. I can copy it to my clipboard or export it to Google Docs. So that's super useful. But also with regards to your affiliate marketing, what can be useful sometimes is when you want to quickly scrape some of the URLs on any given page. What you can do is quickly say scrape similar, and you can see here that I just generated all the URLs and those corresponding titles. So I can quickly copy and paste this back and forth to create like top 10 lists or anything else that I want to use in my affiliate marketing approach. So very powerful tool. It has a lot of settings that you can explore, and it will save you a lot of time. Alright, on to the next one, which is a crawling SEO extension, which is really powerful. So let's say you're not using Screaming Frog or any other tool and you want to quickly see any errors on a small website, you can use the Chatbot SEO extension, which is really extensive. But what you can do, for example, is just do a simple crawl and it will check all the pages. And let's finish it for now. So as you can see, you get all kinds of insights, any broken links, or we've also found a 404 URL. So this is super useful when doing a quick analysis of a website. I have to say it's probably more useful for small websites, but still, if you quickly want to identify some of the issues on the site, you can use this SEO extension to quickly crawl and identify all the SEO related issues. Another super useful and a complete time saver SEO extension is link clump. And what link clump does is it allows you to quickly select any of the links that you see on the page with a certain mouse and keyboard combination. So let's say I want to quickly export all of these URLs. So what I can do is holding shift and with my right mouse button, I can quickly export all of the findings that belong to what I just scraped. But let's say I'm also using the Keywords Everywhere plugin, and I quickly want these keywords. I don't want to copy them. I don't want to export them. Just quickly select them like this, and I can copy paste it to here as well. So if you go to the settings, it's really easy to adjust what it's copy pasting. So you can exclude links, or you can do titles only, or URLs with titles. So that is super useful when scraping certain elements from the SERP or from any of the pages that you are working on. So as you can see, I quickly copy pasted all of the URLs that I found on the page. A real time saver. So definitely install link clump and use it to your advantage. Alright, so another really useful technical SEO plugin or on-page SEO extension is the Check My Links. So basically what it does, it checks your internal links and outgoing links on any errors, redirects, or issues that might occur, and it will also show you what are nofollow or follow links. So let's click on it, and as you can see, it's validating all the links that it found on the page. And we did find 2 invalid links, so let's scroll a bit down to see where those links are. So we can see here the Jordan page in the footer is returning an error. So this is a really easy way to spot any errors on your page and to fix those internal and external links. Another super useful SEO extension with regards to links is the nofollow simple. Just simply turn it on and it will show you any nofollow links on a page. So for example, here we can see the shopping cart is a nofollow link. But if we go to another website, we can see that on this website, we have a lot of nofollow links. So this quickly allows you to identify those links and to verify whether they are rightfully used here or whether you want to adjust them. Alright, over to YouTube SEO. We have the vidIQ SEO extension, which is super useful when you're making videos or when you're auditing or doing some research about videos. So what it shows you in the listing overview is the amount of views videos are getting, but also how hard it is to rank for a specific keyword. And if you scroll a bit down, you can see top channels, and you can also see some related opportunities that you might want to pursue or to export. So that is super useful when doing video SEO, keyword research, and you can also identify your competitors or see how many views certain videos are getting for certain keywords. Moreover, if you click on a video, you can also see the amount of views, the duration, the views per hour, etc., etc. And it shows you whether it's optimized for SEO or not based on the tags and the description and all kinds of those things. And it shows you also the checklist. So the title might be a bit too long, there's no use of cards, there's no pinned comment. So a lot of useful stuff is popping up. We can see the tags, etc., etc. So if you're doing any kind of video SEO, make sure to install vidIQ SEO extension. Alright, over to Amazon SEO and Marketplaces SEO, but especially for Amazon, there are 2 really useful plugins that you can use to quickly identify keywords and your visibility within Amazon. So the Amazon Keyword Ranking and Index Checker and the Amazon Keyword Tool are really useful for what I just mentioned. So for example, let's say we want to check our visibility for a certain keyword. So let's say PS5 or PS5 or PlayStation 5. And let's say I was, this is a URL of my shop. I need to copy my code and I can check my visibility. Oh, this is not a valid code, so okay. So now it's checking whether it's being indexed and what the rank is. And as you can see, it is page rank 1 and my position is 1, and for PlayStation 5 it is 7. It is being indexed. So super useful, quick tool to identify whether you rank for certain keywords with your unique store code. Moreover, if you want to do some keyword research, you can also click on the keyword research Amazon extension. So let's say I want to optimize for the PS5 and I want to do so for Amazon.com. And when I click on generate keywords, you can see all the keywords that people use when searching for a PlayStation. All the variations, all the accessories, all the other products that are related or sold with the PlayStation 5. So that is super useful. You can quickly export it to a CSV file, and it allows you to identify how people search within Amazon. Alright, and finally and best of all, the all-in-one SEO plugins. So in the blog post that's being linked below, you can see that there are multiple all-in-one SEO extensions, but I will only highlight 2 of them, which I personally use and recommend. And the first one is Detailed SEO extension. So if you click on it, you can get access to a lot of information. So first you get an overview with the title, the description, and the URL and the canonical. And you can also see whether it's between the right amount of characters and whether the page is indexable or not. And interestingly enough, this page is being canonicalized. So there's something happening here on Nike where they are canonicalizing certain URLs. So you can immediately identify that. Moreover, you can see the robots tags or X-robot tags that are being used. Whether they use keywords, the word count on this page, the publisher, the language, etc., etc. So all in all, super useful. But what I find really useful is the pieces down here. So for example, you can see the amount of headings being used on this page, the amount of H1s, H2s, H3s, etc., etc., the images and the links. So what gets my attention, or got my attention, is that they're using 5 H1s, which is not really good. You only want to use 1. So I'm going to investigate that later as well. And I can quickly click on these links to quickly get access to the robots.txt or the sitemap. So if we scroll back to the top and click on the headings tab, you can see all the headings that are being used. And as you can see, we can see that some are empty, some are duplicates, so definitely something we would like to look at. If we then go to the links tab, we can see the total amount of links on this page, how many are unique, and how many are internal and external, and you can also make exports of those. And if you scroll through the list, you can see the anchor text and where it is linking towards. So this is super useful because it allows you to identify the link structure on a page and what kind of anchors are being used and whether you like what you're seeing. Moreover, we can also audit the images. So how many images are on the page? Do all images have an alt tag or title? And if not, you can make exports to deliver that to the developer or to fix them yourself. Also, schema is implemented in this extension as well, so you can quickly identify what's being implemented and maybe spot for any errors. So you can see that they implemented product right here, and you can see all the corresponding marked up data. Furthermore, we have the social tab, which shows you all the open graph tags. So let's say someone shares this on Facebook, it will automatically use this as a title and a description. But as you can see, it's only using it for Facebook, so not for other social channels. So there's an opportunity for optimization. And lastly, it has a tab with quick links, which allows you to quickly go to Ahrefs or Archive or any of your favorite SEO tools to quickly audit this particular URL. And you can also perform some searches. So let's say you want to find all of the URLs of Nike that do not contain the SSL certificate, or you quickly want to see how many links are popping up for the whole domain. And you can also highlight no follow links. So let's highlight them. And as you can see, what we saw earlier in the video, their shopping cart is no follow. So that's super useful. And it also comes with a really handy right-click menu. So if you right-click on the page, you can quickly do those same stuff that I also showed you in the plugin above. So this allows you to quickly do all kinds of searches and audits with just one tool, and it's super powerful, and it's giving you all the information that you need to quickly identify why a certain page isn't ranking or why it is ranking. It's just very complete. You just need one of these tools to quickly identify all of these areas. All right, last but not least, we have one more all-in-one SEO plugin that I would like to show to you, and that is the SEO Minion. And it is basically very similar to detailed SEO, but it's even a bit more complete, a bit more extensive. And it does a lot of things that all these separate extensions do as well. So you might want to consider using SEO Minion in combination with only a couple other few. So what you can see here, we can do some on-page optimization, highlight some links, do the hreflang check. We can even see the status code over here or some redirects. And you can also do some international SEO checks or preview your results in the SERP. So let's quickly run through this. Let's say I want to analyze some on-page SEO elements. So for example, I can highlight the H1 or the H2s or whatever is on this page. And I can quickly identify also the open graph tags that are being used. We can highlight all links. So let's say internal or no follow, follow. And it's a super extensive tool which allows you to quickly identify where links are and whether they are working or not. So we can also check for broken links. We can check the hreflangs, etc., etc. So all in all, this is a really complete SEO tool, SEO extension that you can use within your Chrome browser to quickly identify and get all of the information in to optimize your website. Alright, so you're probably wondering, do I need all of these SEO extensions? Well, the simple answer is no. It will also slow down your Chrome browser quite a bit. So my personal stack is right here. I do use Keywords Everywhere in combination with Keyword Server and SERP Trends to quickly do some keyword research. I use Search Simulator because it's only getting active when I click on it. Lighthouse, obviously, that's already built in. Quick JavaScript switcher in combination with the viewer-rendered source. The tech SEO, which is basically the quick click website audit. User agent switcher, the scraper and link clump in combination with each other. And then two all-in-one SEO plugins, Detailed and SEO Minion. And if you use this stack, you are good to go. You will save a lot of time, but more importantly, you will work way smarter, and you will be able to identify a lot of opportunities for your own website, whether that's an affiliate website or dropshipping website. Make sure to try and test these out. Make sure to read the full blog post below and get the most out of your SEO efforts. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let us know in the comments any SEO extension that we might have missed or what your favorite one is. And we will see you in the next one. Peace.